Hello and welcome to another indie game review video here on the Sanitarium.FM YouTube channel. I am the predicted Cyborg, and today we will be looking at a little indie game called Dungeon Escape. As you might be able to tell from the name, Dungeon Escape is basically a game where you have to escape a dungeon. It is a 2D, split-second, jumping timer, sort of think Super Meat Boy, but a little bit more minimalistic and simplistic. Characters are a bit smaller, and so on and so forth. The game cost $3.99 on Steam for the US, and about £2.79 if you are buying it in the UK. So it's a small, cheap game. So what is this game like to play? Dungeon Escape, as I said, think Super Meat Boy. This is that kind of game. You are your little character, you're stuck in a dungeon, and you have to sort of make your way out. There is a door which you exit from, and in order to get out of that door, you need to be able to grab the key, which is located somewhere else in the level. And in order to get there, you need to be able to jump over all the hazards, i.e. there will be moving saw blades, there will be spikes. Sometimes you'll see like little enemies wandering around, in which you can actually defeat by bouncing on their head, but again, you've got to get the timing right. And there are also coins within each level that you can go around and pick up if you want to have a little bit more of a challenge and gain a few more points. If you're one of these people who does like to do everything on a level. The game itself does contain 50 different levels for you to be able to work your way through, and as I said, avoid all the hazards, get the key, and make your way to the door to move on to the next level. So, how do I find this as a game? It is basically what I say on the tin. It is a very simple concept. You've got your 2D platforms, you've got jumping, you need to have split-second timing, you need to get things right, and you need to basically make your way through the levels by jumping over the hazards, avoiding things, stamping on enemies, grabbing your key, getting through the door, and that is basically it. It's a very simplistic thing, and if you enjoy this kind of game, then you are probably going to enjoy the challenge here. Unfortunately, I am not really a fan of these types of games. Split-second timing drives me nuts, and unfortunately I have to say that out of all the split-second timing games I've tried, and I will be honest, I haven't tried that many, this is the first one to actively make me rage quit. Again, this doesn't mean that it is necessarily a bad game. It just means that it is tailored for a certain type of gamer, gamers who enjoy the challenge of split-second timing puzzles and 2D platformers, which again, Super Meat Boy, continue to mention that name as the example of this type of genre. That game kind of made these sorts of games popular, and if you're not very good at split-second timing games, then I must say you are probably not going to enjoy it as much as somebody who does enjoy these types of games. The audience this game was obviously made for, and that's okay. As I say, that doesn't make it a bad game. This game is a very small, simplistic one. The art style, as I say, is basic, but it works very well. Music could use a little bit of work. Again, it's kind of simplistic, but all these things I can excuse because it was technically made by one person, or at least that's what the publisher-developer titles on Steam seem to suggest, listing only the name Alexei Ronenko, or something like that. I'm sorry if I have mispronounced it. And for what seems to be a one-person programming and developing team, it's very well done. It looks good, it sounds good, there are no obvious bugs or glitches to talk about. This is a very well-made game. It is just kind of a little bit niche, which kind of goes against it. And unfortunately, as I say, I am not a fan of these types of games, so I'm sorry that goes against it in my eyes. And also, the story's a little bit lacking. I mean, okay, this is a game that is available for $4 or £3, but at the same time, you are someone who has woken in a dungeon and you need to escape, and who actually put you in this dungeon in the first place? Why are the minions trying to stop you? I say trying to stop you, they just kind of walk back and forth in set patterns, a bit like Goombas, but there we go, they touch you, they kill you, so they are technically trying to stop you, I guess. Who put you there? Why are you there? Are you going to meet any big bads? If there are big bads in this game a little bit later on and I've missed them, I am terribly sorry. As I say, I'm not good at this type of game, so I didn't really get far enough to see if there were any bosses in there. And I mean, maybe it's unfair for me to be sort of asking these narrative questions of such a small one-man team who've programmed this game, but I'm curious, I want to know. Why are we in this dungeon? What's going on? Tell me, man, I want to know. So yeah, in summary, Dungeon Escape is good if you are the audience it's made for. If you enjoy 2D platformers with some split-second timing, if you enjoy the feeling of being able to time everything right and get through a level almost skipping, then yeah, you're going to enjoy this game. If you don't, then you might find it a little bit harder to enjoy, although I will admit, as somebody who doesn't enjoy this type of game, it is kind of satisfying when you do manage to pull it off and complete a level. Did manage to annoy me enough though to make me think about rage quitting, which unfortunately is going to count against it. And I feel terrible saying that because, as I say, it seems like this is a one-person development and it really is a very well-made, very nice game. It's just not my type of thing. I'm not in the audience this game was made for, so I will find less enjoyment in it than somebody who it was made for. And so that does it for another indie game review here for the Sanitarium.FM YouTube channel. I'm the Predicted Cyborg. Remember, tune in to our radio shows at www.sanitarium.fm. Also go to the website for articles, find us on our Discord, and of course stay tuned to this YouTube channel for news videos, reviews, and live streams. I've been the Predicted Cyborg reviewing the game Dungeon Escape, and I will see you for the next one. Bye bye.